What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing on the bacon NFL DFS video. We are looking at the Monday Night Football Showdown Breakdown. So, you guys have loved this in the past. I wanted to bring it back to you, so that's what we're doing right now. So, we're going to look at everything. We're going to look at the matchups. We're going to look at our matchup tool. We're going to look at the over-unders, and we're going to look at all of the plays that make sense on this slate. And at the end, we're going to build you a lineup. So, if you've never been here before, welcome. Anytime any of these videos get at least 50 likes, you leave a comment, you are a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. Anytime it gets 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free year, or a free month. Anytime 125 likes, you have a chance to win a free year. And anytime any of our videos get 150 or more likes, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass. All you have to do, be a YouTube subscriber, leave a comment so the comment picker can pick you up. That being said, we are going to look at the Monday Night Football game. We're going to look at the Raiders versus the Lions. We're going to dig it in. We're going to look right here. And then we're going to go over to DraftKings, and we're going to build you a lineup through there. So, that being said, buckle up, welcome. I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to get sweet and to the point, give you guys the information you need to build your lineups out there. And if you guys have had success with our information, with our videos, with our FTA Plus, that's been awesome. Let me know. We have a Discord channel. It's not very active. Would love to get it to be active. The link will be in the description down below. And if you got winning lineups that you've used with us, we will gladly post those for you. We can hide your username if you need or whatever you need. So that being said, if anyone uses our avatar, our picture on FanDuel or DraftKings, you take down a tournament with at least 1,000 players, you're going to win a free year of DFS content brought to you by us. So, that being said, we're very excited. We want to build you guys some lineups. We want to help you out. So, let's dig in to Monday Night Football. So, looking at this, we have a 46.5 over-under. It has gone up from 44.5 once the news of Garoppolo being back. It bumped it up about 2 full points. So that's pretty awesome. We've got the Raiders as a 22.28 implied team total. We've got the Lions as a 26.2 team total. So kind of a big team total there. I completely understand that. We look at that and we know that the Lions have been beat. The points, it's kind of what we're looking at. So as of the making of the video, the Lions are a 7.5 point favorite. They started out this week as a 7.5 point favorite. So even with Garoppolo news coming that he'll be back, it still only bumped the over-under by 2, and it kept the line the same. So depending on when you watch this, it's probably still the same, and we will dig in to what we're looking at. So the game script, thinking that the Lions are going to be 7.5 point favorite, Vegas are going to have to be, playing from behind the whole game is what the game script would say, meaning you'd want some players for Vegas. So let's just look at both of the depth charts right now, ones that make sense to us, and we'll kind of build through there. And if you have questions, we will try to answer them down below. So looking at this, you got Jimmy Garoppolo. We know he's been hurt. He had a concussion. He was out. He does have a good matchup here against Detroit. Detroit ranks 23rd overall against the quarterback on DraftKings, 24 on FanDuel. Now, Josh Jacobs has been one that has been, I don't know what we expect out of him. He's had good games. He's had bad games. Does not have the best matchup today. Detroit's actually second best against the run, so they're very good against the run. Jacobs, if you just kind of look at Jacobs' numbers here, game log wise, he had that really good performance against the Chargers, 27.9. He had an okay performance against Green Bay, 19.9. But other than that, it's been a stinker. He has 2 touchdowns, 347 yards on 118 attempts. Whether or not it was the holdout, whether or not, I don't know what's going on. He has not looked good, and he does not have a really good matchup here. So he is down my list. Same thing with Zamir White and Abdullah. I don't really want much to do with the backup running backs there. We get into the wide receiver position. Detroit has been burnt by the wide receivers this year. We look at this. Davante Adams, we know what we're going to get out of him. They rank 19th against them on DraftKings. They rank 22 against them on FanDuel. Davante Adams is a good option. Jacoby Myers is a good option. You want to get in the sticks. Hunter Renfrow I'm okay with. Tight ends, they're bad against the tight ends. They rank 30th against the tight ends. Michael Mayer. I kind of feel like you got to play Michael Mayer here because it's close to Michael Myers. It's almost Halloween. Halloween is tomorrow. Like, narrative game. Michael Mayer, Michael Myers, they're all going to kill it on Halloween. This is their Halloween game. Let's go with it. A little bit. We'll have some Michael Mayer in there. Austin Hooper's been kind of down this year. Hasn't really done much. You can see Jesper Horsted. He's only been targeted 0.43% of the time this year. Last week he was targeted 2.22%, but that's not much. The snap-wise, he's only playing 1.13% of the year. Last week he played 7.69% of the snaps. So he is out on. I'm out on him. I don't want anything to do with him. Hooper, maybe a little bit. Michael Mayer, we'll go with him because we'll go with the Halloween narrative. Then we go over to Detroit. You got Jared Goff. We know what Jared Goff is doing. But, Vegas is kind of good against the opposing quarterback. They're ranked 9th on DraftKings and 11th on FanDuel. They are not very good against the run. Now, Jahmyr Gibbs finally had his breakout game last week. David Montgomery is out for the foreseeable future. He went for 68 yards, had 1 touchdown, had 10 targets, caught 9 of them for 58 yards and 27.6 fantasy points. I need Jahmyr Gibbs. What is your Monday Night Miracle? I need Jahmyr Gibbs to go off for another one of these kind of games. And then I will hopefully win my matchup. My opponent has Davante Adams. I believe he has Davante Adams. And he has the Detroit defense. So that kind of would cancel out a little bit. So I need Vegas to just show up and show out, as long as it's not Davante Adams, and Jahmyr Gibbs to show out for me. I would love to see that. I don't think I'm going to get it, but that's what I love. But I do love Jahmyr Gibbs in this one. I love him both as captain and flex today. Craig Reynolds, I'm okay with. He's, again, seeing what he did as the backup role last week. 3.5. Hasn't really done much. I'm probably not on him much. Not on Ibrahim either. We look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, he apparently has an illness or something. Let's see. Yeah, questionable. Sunday report due to an illness or listed as questionable. Whether or not that's like the flu, we saw that Patrick Mahomes had the flu yesterday and looked absolutely terrible. Whether or not that's him, because he's obviously running, he's going to have to run the entire game. Mahomes didn't have to run the entire game, and he didn't play very well being sick. So this is definitely something to monitor. I could see him being out there, but I could see him being a decoy if he's sick, has the flu. He's not going to, the flu game's not the same. It's not Michael Jordan. It's not the flu game. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm down on him a little bit due to his sickness. I'm down with the sickness. Josh Reynolds obviously would be an option if St. Brown is, sick or whatever. I would look at him. Jameson Williams, I'm probably off of. I'm off. Khalif Raymond, I'm okay with. A very contrarian tournament option, I don't mind. And then Sam Laporta, you can see he's targeted 20% of the time on the season, 14% last week, which was the third most outside of Jahmyr Gibbs and St. Brown. He was right there. And we look at Vegas. They're ranked 16th against the tight end on DraftKings, 15th on FanDuel. So that is the breakdown of the matchup. You can find this, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You just hover down over NFL. You can see it's down there as well. So let's build a lineup. Ones that make sense. Now, people have asked, what are the contrarian options? So if you want to get very contrarian, you could look at a Trey Tucker. He's not doing much. Hasn't done much. I mean, he had this would be something. 57 yards here. Okay. But again, that's an outlier. If you look, that would be an outlier. He's a cheap option. He's 900. He wouldn't be a captain. He'd be a flex. He's 600 in the flex. So that would be an option. Austin Hooper would be an option. Hunter Renfrow. Those are all options down there. But you guys let's just get to the point. Let's find a lineup that we feel confident about in this. So I think I'm going to go a little bit contrarian and feel a little bit more confident about some of the things we do. I think a lot of people are going to be on a St. Brown. A lot of people are going to be on Davante Adams. A lot of people are going to be on the quarterbacks for a captain spot. But I want to be a little bit contrarian. I want to go with Jahmyr Gibbs. We look at Jahmyr Gibbs, 12,900 compared to St. Brown is 16.8, and he doesn't feel good. Devontae Adams is 16.2, and he's sad about his quarterback situation, it sounds like. Quarterback situation, if you do the breakdown, the quarterbacks are not in the captain spot very often. And this just feels like a game where if it does go up big, they could be running the ball. So if, in fact, this line stays what it is at 7.5, the Lions go up, Jahmyr Gibbs comes in. If it's a competitive game but they're still up, they might be running the ball with Gibbs. Or we saw Gibbs see a ton of passes last week, hauled that in. I think this is contrarian. I think this one is one I like. I will look at that. Then we get down to, obviously, if Gibbs is getting past the ball, he's going to be passed to Jared Goff. Now, last week, Goff didn't do much against Baltimore. They were wrecked. Absolutely wrecked here against Baltimore. We know that. He looked bad. Baltimore's defense is not Las Vegas's defense. And like I said, with the matchup tool, they're towards the top, but not at the top. So I want me some Jared Goff bounce back game, I want the flex. Jared Goff bounce back game there. Now we've got to figure out if those are the two plays. So those are the two plays that I feel confident about with Detroit. Now, with Amon-Ra St. Brown, I don't know if he's actually going to be sick. I don't know what the situation is. But I will be making multiple lineups. Like I've said, I make about 20 lineups a day. This is one of them that I'll be making. And I'm going to throw this in there as well. So we're looking at them. But if they, in fact, are going to be playing from behind, 7.5-point underdogs, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have to throw the ball. He has not played. He didn't play last week. He's missed a couple of games this year. Didn't have the best game in week 6 against New England, but the matchup tool, Detroit's defense is not good against the opposing quarterback. I want Jimmy Garoppolo. And then obviously we're going to have to throw it to people. Now the problem is if you put in like a Devontae Adams, it's really hard. Average of 3,200. It's really hard to throw him in there. So I think I want to go with his counterpart in Jacoby Myers at 8,200. So put him in there. We're average 4,500 here. And one that I did say I'm looking at, again, this is a tournament lineup. Trey Tucker, not much there, a little bit there. I'm going to throw him in there. And that average is 8,500. So we can get a Josh Jacobs, which I don't feel confident about. We get a Sam Laporta at 7,400. We look at this. His numbers are there. That would give us, if we put Sam Laporta in there, that would give us 1,100 left. You've got Goff throwing to both Gibbs and Laporta. Then you've got Garoppolo throwing to Myers or Tucker. Or we take out him. We got 1,700. I don't know what's down here on the wire here for 1,700. Hunter Renfrow, game logs, okay. If you look at Hunter Renfrow, come down here, and this is why this tool is awesome. Come down to Hunter Renfrow. He's played 35% of the snaps, 5% of the targets on the season, 6% of the targets last week. Detroit's not that good here. If you think that you can't afford a Devontae Adams, you could be looking here at 1,700, give or take, either Tucker. You could go Hooper if you think he's more of a, option. You go there. The defenses, I wouldn't use the defenses. Kickers, I'm okay with the kickers. But we could go a Hunter Renfrow, Austin Hooper, which saves money. But you know what? Again, I'm going to be making multiple lineups. I'm going to go with Hunter Renfrow in this one. So Goff throwing to Gibbs and Sam Laporta, and then Garoppolo throwing to Myers and Renfrow. That obviously is very contrarian because all of the ownership is going to be on Devontae Adams. All of the ownership is going to be on Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is just one of those contrarian lineups that I feel confident about. So I'm going to enter that, and that's one of them that I'll be playing today. So if you have questions about Monday Night Football, let us know. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully this is a opening. If you need a little bit more help, we do have our cheat sheet, which has the showdowns for Thursday night and Monday Night Football on them. So that's what I've got in this video. Good luck this week, Monday Night Football. And let's bring home some bacon today. Peace!